Food is a huge part of our lives. It's a huge part of our culture, our heritage. I talk a lot about my culture, my heritage, my family. I'm Sicilian. Obviously, Italian food's a huge part of what we do as a family of growing up. So another dish that has a huge cultural significance is gumbo. So today I'm going to show you how to make an all plant-based version. Now gumbo can be a little daunting if you're trying not to eat meat or dairy, especially because gumbo traditionally is made with sausage, chicken, crab, shrimp, things like that. But I'm going to show you a really great recipe. Now there is some controversy about gumbo. What type of gumbo are you making? Some people are the okra gumbo people. Some people are not. I love okra and gumbo, and I'm going to show you why. This is frozen okra. You can buy it in a bag frozen. It's really fine. You don't have to go get fresh okra and take all the time. This dish does take a little bit of preparation, but what's nice about it is a one-pot dish, so you just throw everything in the pot eventually. Okra is great because it has a really kind of slimy consistency and a texture, which actually helps to thicken up the gumbo, which is really, really important part of it. Now, anytime you're making anything Cajun, Louisiana, and there is what they call the Holy Trinity, onions, bell pepper, and celery, right? That's the holy trinity of anything you're making Cajun. Paul Prudhomme will tell you that. Now, there's a couple other rules for gumbo that if you did not know. You have to use a wooden spoon. Not sure why. And you have to serve gumbo in a bowl. It should be thick. You're going to see how beautiful and thick and rich and creamy this is. Now, it is a little challenging to make simply because you have to do it in steps. So the first thing I've done is I got my plant-based sausage and my plant-based chicken, and I fried that up with a little oil. Again, I want to use just a vegetable oil in a saute pan. I use this. You can use a Dutch oven, a big pan. You're gonna fry that up, and then what you do is you take the meat out, and then you're left with some of that meat remnants in the oil. You add a little bit more oil in and flour. You do want to make a roux. Now, don't be intimidated. Roux is a French culinary term. It's nothing fancy. It's basically flour and whatever. We can use oil, we can use water. Now what happens is when you stir in that flour and the oil, it's gonna caramelize and crisp up. It's gonna make a nice thick roux, which is gonna add another element to this thickening agent. Now the trick to the roux with a gumbo is you want it to be nice and dark. It does take a little bit of stirring on a kind of a medium-low heat. I'll put all that in the instructions. But after that, it's easy. You brown up your plant-based meats, whatever you wanna put in. I use the sausage. You could use any kind of sausage. You could use the plant-based chicken. You could do it without meat if you wanted to. Lots of fresh vegetables as well. So you make your roux, and then what you do is you add in all your vegetables, peppers, onions, celery, garlic, things like that, and then spices. There's this great Cajun seasoning that I got. You can make it by yourself. Paprika, garlic, little thyme, some bay leaves in there, a little salt and pepper, a little tamari, soy sauce. And what happens is, when you mix that all together, all those vegetables, and then you add back in the meats, once you start putting in some vegetable broth in there too, you get this nice, beautiful, rich, hearty stew. Oh, it smells so good. It's so traditional. And I got to tell you, for those of you that have eaten traditional gumbo, you're going to love this recipe. It tastes just like it. And it's one of those things nobody would ever really know. So if you have something fun that you wanted to make, or if you were looking for something culturally significant, if it's part of your heritage, or you're just looking for something fun and different to try, gumbo is a great thing to do, and it's all plant-based, all super, super good. So once this gumbo is done, it's nice and thick. I'm gonna take just some rice. You can use whatever kind of rice you want, dirty rice if you want. I like to just use a traditional white rice, basmati rice. You know my favorite. I love the rice in the bag. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's so easy. I love it. It's so good. And I'm just gonna take this and spoon this over the rice. And look at how thick and delicious this is. Oh, it smells so good. Get all that mixture into the okra, the chicken, the sausage, the peppers. Get a little color in there with that. And then I just chopped up a little green onion, fresh green onion. I'm gonna put that on top as a garnish. And look at how beautiful that is. Oh, such a rich, satisfying dish too. You're gonna get all that umami, all that flavor profile, all that hearty goodness. It's a one-pot dish. Put it in the pot, let it cook for a couple hours, and you can eat on this for a week or two. Remember, for those of you that know, plant-based is the way to go.